Imagine this. You're texting a woman you really like, and every message feels like it clicks, like you're finally connecting with someone who understands you. You build up the courage to ask her out, and she says yes. You feel that rush, that excitement in your chest because you think, this could be something real. You go on the date, and it feels good, maybe even great. She's laughing, you're laughing. There's a vibe you can't quite put into words, and you leave the date thinking about her smile, the way she looked at you, the way she touched your arm lightly when she was making a point. You go home feeling like you're on top of the world, already replaying the moments, already picturing what it would be like to spend more time with her, to hold her again, to kiss her again. You text her later that night or the next morning, trying to keep that momentum going, thinking you're doing the right thing by showing her that you're interested and consistent, that you're a man who follows up. At first, she responds, but then you start to notice her replies take longer. The energy in her messages seems different, shorter, colder, and before you know it, she stops responding altogether, leaving you confused, frustrated, replaying every moment, analyzing every text, wondering, what did I do wrong? You start questioning yourself, wondering if you said something stupid, if you came on too strong, if you didn't say enough, and that anxiety starts eating at you. But here's the truth most men don't realize. It's not about what you did in one moment. It's about the energy you bring into the entire situation. When you're chasing her, trying to keep her attention, you're placing her above you, putting her on a pedestal, and she can feel that energy even if you don't say it outright. It makes her feel pressured, makes her feel like you're seeking her validation, and it disrupts the natural flow of attraction. Women don't want to be chased. They want to be around a man who knows who he is, who can lead, who can make her feel safe, but who doesn't need her to feel complete. When you stop chasing and start attracting by being grounded in your own worth, you flip the dynamic completely. She starts to feel drawn to you, curious about you, wondering what you're doing, and you become the man she wants to be around, because you're not trying to get her to like you, you're simply being you. And that's the energy that changes everything. Most men don't realize that when you rush a woman, you're actually pushing her away, even if you think you're just showing interest. You might think texting her every morning and night, planning the next date right after the first one, or constantly checking in shows her you care, but to her, it can feel like pressure. Women need time and space for their feelings to grow naturally. It's like planting a seed and then giving it time to sprout. If you keep digging it up to see if it's growing, you kill it before it ever has the chance to bloom. She needs to feel excitement and curiosity, the space to think about you, to miss you, and to look forward to the next moment you're together. When you rush, you take that away from her. From a biological perspective, women are wired to protect themselves emotionally. They need to feel secure and safe before they allow themselves to fully invest in a man. Rushing her for commitment, over-texting, or constantly needing reassurance makes her feel like you're impatient, that you're seeking her validation to feel good about yourself, and that creates resistance inside her. Think about a movie you love. How the best stories take time to build the characters, to create tension, to pull you in with curiosity. That's how attraction works too. You don't want to skip to the end. You want her to have time to imagine you, to replay your conversations in her mind, to miss your presence and wonder when she'll see you again. You show interest, you initiate, but then you step back and let her come towards you when she's ready. This is how you build attraction, without pressure. You become the man she thinks about when she's falling asleep, and the man she looks forward to hearing from, not because you're chasing her, but because you're allowing her the space to want you on her own terms. Slowing down isn't about playing games or pretending you don't care. It's about creating space for her to feel your absence and let her curiosity build naturally. Think about the excitement you feel when you're waiting for something you really want, like the release of a new game, a show you've been following, or an event you've planned for months. That anticipation doesn't push you away. It pulls you in, making you even more invested. It's the same with attraction. When you slow down and give her time to process her feelings, to reflect on how she feels when she's around you, you allow genuine desire to develop. If you're always available, texting all day, responding instantly, and pushing for the next plan immediately, there's no room for her to feel that spark of excitement or to wonder what you're doing. She never gets the chance to miss you. And missing you is essential for attraction to grow. It's in that quiet space between interactions where she replays your conversations, thinks about the way you looked at her, and remembers how you made her laugh. That's when she starts feeling a pull toward you, not because you're trying to convince her, but because you've given her the gift of space and allowed her natural emotions to catch up to the connection you've already created. Slowing down also shows her you have options, that you're not desperate for her attention, and that you have your own life to focus on. This creates respect, which is crucial in building real attraction. You're signaling that you're a man with purpose and direction, someone who values connection, but doesn't need it to feel complete. That energy is attractive because it shows strength and confidence. When you slow things down, you give her room to invest emotionally, and that investment is what creates a connection that feels real, forced. One of the most attractive qualities a man can have is being deeply focused on his mission. When you are actively working toward your goals, whether it's advancing in your career, building your business, or mastering your craft, you naturally become more magnetic without even trying. Women are drawn to men who have direction and purpose because it shows confidence and strength, and it proves you don't need external validation to feel complete. It tells her you have a life worth living and that she would be joining a man on an exciting journey, not becoming the center of your world to fill your emptiness. This energy is powerful because it makes you stand out from the countless men who drop everything for a woman, hoping it will make her like them more. Instead, it pushes her away because it signals that you lack your own path. When you are focused on your mission, you naturally have less time to overthink texting her or seeking constant reassurance. You become less available in a healthy way, and your time gains value. It also means that when you spend time with her, she knows it's intentional because you're a man who prioritizes what matters. And if she is part of that, it means something real. As you work on your goals, you also build confidence from your accomplishments, which radiates in your energy, your body language, and the way you speak. It shows her that you are capable of leading your own life, and that's a trait she instinctively finds attractive. You are not seeking her to complete you, and this allows her to feel safe around you, knowing you're not looking to her to fix you emotionally. When you focus on your mission, you're not just making yourself better for you. You're becoming the kind of man who naturally attracts high-quality women without chasing them. When you are focused on your goals and living your life fully, you naturally embody the art of no contact without having to force it. This doesn't mean ignoring her to manipulate her into wanting you. It means you are genuinely busy with your mission, your hobbies, your growth, and your goals. This lifestyle creates a natural space for her to miss you, to wonder what you are doing, and to think about you without feeling pressured or suffocated. Absence builds desire because it creates room for her curiosity and imagination to fill in the gaps with thoughts of you. Think about the last time someone you liked suddenly became less available. You found yourself checking your phone, wondering when they would message, and playing back your last conversation in your head. That is exactly how attraction builds, through the space created by your absence, not through constant presence. While you're living your life, she will sense that you are a man who values himself and his time, a man who does not need her attention to feel good about himself. This is deeply attractive to women because it shows emotional strength and self-control, traits that naturally inspire trust and respect. Keeping your options open during this time is also key. It doesn't mean you are being disloyal or playing with people's feelings. It means you understand your value and are not rushing to lock yourself into one situation without letting things develop naturally. When you have abundance in your mindset and life, you radiate a calm confidence that is incredibly attractive, and it keeps you from falling into desperation or over-investing too quickly. By focusing on your path, living with purpose, and allowing space in your interactions, you allow attraction to build naturally. Women will be drawn to your energy, your confidence, and your sense of direction, making you the type of man they want to be around without you having to chase them.